Close your eyes and think of your favorite song. The song that played at your wedding. The song that got you through a breakup. The song that makes you cry every time you hear it. You love that song because you connect with the singer. You know that somewhere, another human being felt the exact same pain you are feeling, and they turned it into something beautiful. It is a connection between two souls. Now, imagine finding out that the singer doesn't exist. The lyrics were written by a chatbot in 1 second. The melody was generated by an algorithm to mathematically optimize your dopamine receptors. The voice is a deep fake. Does the song still make you cry? Or do you feel cheated? Welcome back to Silicon SHAKH. We have talked about AI taking our jobs and our privacy. But today, we are talking about something much more fragile. We are talking about the theft of the human soul. We are talking about the death of art. For thousands of years, art was the one thing that made us special. We couldn't run as fast as a cheetah. We weren't as strong as a bear. But we could paint the Sistine Chapel. We could write Hamlet. We could compose the Moonlight Sonata. We believed that creativity was a divine spark that only biological beings possessed. We were wrong. In 2026, the barriers are falling. We have AI models like Sora that can generate a Hollywood-quality movie from a text prompt. We have Midjourney that can win art competitions against human painters. We have Sora and Udio that can write a symphony in the style of Mozart or a rap in the style of Drake in 30 seconds. This is the crisis of creativity. And it is terrifying because it forces us to ask, is art magical? Or is it just math? Let's look at the subconscious fear of the artist. In the United States, we have millions of people who dream of being creators. Writers, graphic designers, animators. They spend years honing their craft. They suffer for their art. But now, a CEO can fire an entire department of illustrators and replace them with one person typing prompts into a generator. Make me a logo, make it blue, make it pop. Done. Cost, 0. Time, 0. The fear is not just about money. It is about dignity. If a machine can do what you do instantly, does your struggle matter? The phrase, starving artist, used to be romantic. It meant you were dedicated. Now, the starving artist is just obsolete. We are entering the era of content slop. The internet is being flooded with AI-generated garbage. Articles written by bots. Videos narrated by bots. Images made by bots. It is cheap. It is fast. And it is mediocre. We are drowning in a sea of good enough. Why hire a human to write a thoughtful article when an AI can write a top 10 list that gets the same amount of clicks? This leads to the dead internet theory we discussed earlier, but specifically for culture. If 90% of the music on Spotify is AI generated, and 90% of the scripts on Netflix are AI assisted, are we watching culture? Or are we watching a recycling machine? AI cannot create something truly new. It can only remix what humans have already done. It is a mirror. It scrapes the internet, takes a piece of Picasso, a piece of Van Gogh, and mashes them together. It is cannibalizing our history to sell it back to us. But let's look at the fantasy. Because for the consumer, this is heaven. Imagine the Netflix of one. Right now, you watch movies that are made for millions of people. In the future, you will sit down and say, "Computer, make me a movie. I want it to be a sci-fi thriller. I want it to star young Brad Pitt and Marilyn Monroe. I want the ending to be happy. And I want it to be set in my hometown." Boom. The movie starts. It is unique. It is made just for you. No one else will ever see it. This is the ultimate personalization. You are the director, the audience, and the star. But is this art? Or is it narcissism? Art is supposed to challenge you. It is supposed to show you a perspective you didn't ask for. If you only watch movies that are tailored to your exact preferences, you never grow. You live in a bubble of your own ego. And what happens to shared culture? In the past, we all watched Game of Thrones. We all watched the Super Bowl. We all listened to Michael Jackson. We had something to talk about at the water cooler. If everyone is watching their own personal AI movie, we have nothing in common. The cultural glue that holds society together dissolves. We become islands of one. Let's talk about the copyright wars. This is the biggest legal battle of the century. Writers and artists are suing AI companies. They say, "You trained your machine on my work without paying me. You stole my style." And they are right. The AI didn't learn to draw from nature. It learned to draw by studying millions of copyrighted images. It is the greatest heist in history. But here is the hard truth: the law moves slower than the code. By the time the lawsuits are settled, the technology will be too powerful to stop. You cannot uninvent the printing press. You cannot uninvent the camera. And you cannot uninvent generative AI. So, what is the future of the human artist? It looks bleak. But there is a twist. As AI art becomes perfect, human flaws will become a luxury. Think about a diamond. You can grow a perfect diamond in a lab. It is cheaper. It is flawless. But people still pay 10 times more for a natural diamond dug out of the dirt. Why? Because of the story. Because of the scarcity. In the future, we will see a certified human label on art. This book was written by a human. It took 3 years. The author was depressed. The author got divorced. The pain in this book is real. People will pay extra for that pain. We will crave the imperfections. The crack in the singer's voice. The brushstroke that is slightly crooked. The plot hole in the movie that makes no sense but feels emotional. Because those flaws prove that a human was there. AI can simulate perfection. But it cannot simulate vulnerability. An AI cannot be brave. It risks nothing when it creates. A human risks ridicule. A human risks failure. That bravery is what makes art matter. Silicon SHAKH wants to give a message to every creator watching this video. Do not stop. The machine can write faster than you. The machine can draw faster than you. But the machine does not have a why. It doesn't have a childhood trauma to process. It doesn't have a first love to remember. It doesn't have a fear of death. You do. And that is your superpower. The world is about to be flooded with plastic, perfect, soulless content. The value of real, raw, messy human expression is about to skyrocket. Don't try to compete with the robot on speed. Compete on soul. Make art that is so personal, so weird, and so specific to you that no algorithm could ever predict it. The crisis of creativity is actually a test. It is asking us, why do we create? Do we create just to make money? If so, let the AI do it. Or do we create because we have to? Because we have a fire inside us that needs to get out? If you have that fire, the AI cannot extinguish it. It can only force it to burn brighter. In the next episode of The Silicon Shadows, we are going to look at the brain that consumes this art. We will explore episode 15, The Dopamine Trap and Cyber Psychology. Why are we so addicted to the scroll? How are algorithms rewiring the physical structure of our brains to make us anxious, depressed, and dependent? Thank you for watching Silicon SHAKH. Go make something today. Write a bad poem. Draw a crooked picture. Sing out of tune. Prove to the algorithm that you are alive.